Hey, good afternoon, everybody, or good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to the Sparta Cybersecurity Hackathon brought by Garage 48. I don't know if we're allowed, but I'd love a few cameras on if that's possible on your webcams, just to be able to see some real people out there as well. Thank you very much, guys. Good to see you. Can we do a quick wave just to get a proof of life as well? Awesome, thank you very much. All the cameras popping up, that's fantastic. Guys, welcome very much to what is actually going to be quite I think a unique hackathon. We've got a really cool opportunity here to build cybersecurity solutions, but based on open source tools. Normally we have a sort of a mix of proprietary stuff and homemade stuff coming in. This time we've actually got some tested cybersecurity tools that can, cybersecurity open source tools that can hopefully accelerate you. I mean, you don't have to build everything from scratch. I'll come to those in a sec. My name is Callum Cameron. I've been with hosting and mentoring with Garage 48 for, I guess, about 7 years now. I think 2015 was my first one, yeah. My background is in enterprise IT and security, funnily enough, but then I got sick of them. I saw the light and have been working with startups for about 12 years now, 10, 12 years now. Also running venture capital, government, corporate accelerators and innovation programs. So again, great to see you all here, and let's have a super weekend. So getting into, let me see if this clicker works. Fantastic, thank you. So the program is quite a unique one. The open source tools that you have available to you for the weekend have actually been developed under a program called Sparta. Now, Sparta is one of 4 European Union cyber projects that will ultimately lead to the creation of a European Center for cybersecurity. Sorry, it's going to be the European Cybersecurity Competency Center. Just to get that right. It'll mean a lot in the coming years. It's got, behind Sparta itself, there are 44 partners from 15 different member states across the European Union, and they themselves are cross industry, academia, public sector. So the tools that have been developed and are available for you guys to build on top of should be pretty top quality and pretty useful, practical tools to build from. Hopefully you've had a chance to look already. If not, jump into GitHub. I think all of the details are on the application site in Aventonado. So just also a quick thank you to our other partners. Okay. This means I can hear you as well as you hearing me. Thank you very much to Nauta Dutil, and I'm going to mispronounce these. I normally put up a big warning, guys, so it's like everybody out there, I normally have a big warning saying I'm Australian, so I've got my own version of English, and it's subject to change at any point. So if I don't seem to make sense, it is my fault, not your fault. So my pronunciation of the names here, my apologies up front. So thank you very much to Nauta Dutil, to Vicomtech, Security Made in LU, CESNet, and the University of Bonn, amongst many others supporting this event this weekend. Now, on that, I would actually like to welcome now one of our partners to the stage, well, to the virtual stage, to say hello and give a bit more context behind what we're going to be doing this weekend. So, Bertrand, hopefully I haven't massacred your name too much there. Welcome, and the stage is yours.
Thanks. Well, for massacring names, I think, given my accent, I won't give you any lesson. So, good afternoon from Luxembourg. At Security Made in LU, we are very excited to run this hackathon on Sparta's research results. Most of you know how important Sparta is for the future of EU cybersecurity. It's indeed, as it was said, one of the 4 research programs that were initiated by the Commission to explore ways to build a successful cybersecurity industrial ecosystem in Europe. We have indeed lots of smart researchers who produce outstanding results, but on the market side, results are not that exciting. So it's high time to transform high-value intellectual content produced by both individual and academic researchers into viable business. Let's not hide that it's extremely challenging, and all the more when we are facing a pandemic that's limiting our ability to build trust and be creative on entrepreneurial endeavors. So that's the challenge that you as hackathon participants have decided to face. And so in the name of my colleagues and partners at Sparta, I want to thank you for gathering tonight and be the point of the spear in identifying and designing business-focused solutions to some of the most difficult security problems of the moment. I want also to thank the mentors who will be supporting you during the coming days. And finally, let's not forget the organizers who managed to make this event possible in spite of a very, very challenging time frame. So to all of you, thanks, and let's start the fun.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Bertrand. Actually, I'd really like to emphasize the point you made about delivering market-focused, business-facing solutions from here. So one thing that we often get caught up in with the hackathons, and in particular the cyber hackathons, is coming up with very cool tools that nerds love, but actually never have any real impact because they don't get beyond the immediate audience. So thank you very much for the welcome there. Bertrand from Security made in Luxembourg, or at least made in LU. Thanks, Matt.
Yeah.
Can I also then welcome to the stage another partner from Nalto Dutil, Johan, you're there.
Yeah. Hello. Thank you very much. Well, I'm very emotional when it comes to these types of gathering where people tend to share experience and launch businesses and launch ideas. Because I come myself from an IT engineering background. I spent over 15 years consulting for companies on the technical side as an engineer, especially in the open source field, where I was specialized in Linux technologies and all sorts of open source technologies and implementation in larger businesses. And I've seen a major trend over the last 15 to 20 years where what used to be a weird thing for larger companies, which were only used to seeing proprietary software in the enterprise environment, suddenly open source became the standard. And today, I think I can safely say that there are probably not a lot of major companies, corporations in the world where there is no open source at the core of the business, either on the operating system level or in the security or database level. And so I've had this experience over the time, and as a technical person originally, very entrepreneur-minded, because I launched my first business when I was 18. I love to see entrepreneurs now starting their business, thinking about launching their business, and having this this environment where like Sparta, the hackathon Sparta, where everyone is launching ideas and trying to become an actual product on the market. So I'm really glad about it, and I happened to become a lawyer sometime in between, and so now I'm precisely helping startup entrepreneurs find the right business model and adapt to the challenges that open source may present, especially when launching a new business with specific types of licenses, specific things that are really about the open source technology, because you cannot approach the same way that a proprietary software company would approach the business of launching a new product with open source, because obviously your product is open source and open to the world. So you have to bring some added value, and this is where, as a mentor in this case, I hope to bring a bit of expertise and a bit of help to the candidates for this hackathon. And on behalf of Not At Util, I'm very glad and I want to thank you, Smile Security Mate and Let's and the rest of the organizers, Garage 48, for having this chance to bring a bit of our help in launching new innovative cybersecurity projects on the Luxembourg market, and in that respect, Nota Util is also bringing a prize for the best legal approach. The project with the best legal approach will also benefit from 2 hours of legal consultation to help them get into the next stage of their launching their project. Provided that the compliance and conflict checked are passed, of course. And so I want to thank you all for this opportunity, and I want to wish good luck, best of luck to all the participants.
Fantastic. Thanks a lot, Johan. And you're going to be available as a mentor over the weekend as well, aren't you?
Yeah. That's what I meant when I said I will be available for the weekend to help them overcome the possible legal challenges that they will face during the elaboration of the prototype for their product. Yeah.
That's brilliant. Super. Thank you very much, man. So let's jump on. Wrong one. Thank you very much. Jump on to Garage 48 itself, just to give you a bit of a background as to the organizer here. And I think many of you already have been to Garage 48 hackathons. You know a bit about Garage 48 already. On the screen now is this is the professional version of Garage 48. It's a startup hackathon series, turning your idea into a prototype. More than you know all this stuff. Actually, they're too humble. Garage 48 helps you and pushes you to turn your ideas into reality by actually encouraging you, providing the support and the push to turn them into prototypes. It's a fantastic way of actually testing whether these wonderful ideas and these brilliant inventions you have in your head actually can do something in the real world. And also by bringing together people from around the world now with the virtual events to join your team with skills, ideas, capacities that you don't have directly. So I don't think you can underestimate the value of what gets created here. Yeah, 250 events. Actually, top player in Eastern Central Europe. Yeah, that's true, but let's talk Africa, let's talk Scandinavia, let's talk Central Asia. Garage 48 is all across these. And I think something about 800 prototypes built. I'm sure there's a lot more than that. Just in my own experience with Garage 48, there's been a load more than that going on. So no, this is Garage 48, and really excited to be here hosting the program. So Garage has also been doing cyber now this is the 5th year. And I've been lucky enough to actually be in most of that journey. And actually, I think at least one other of our mentors has been as well. Actually, 2, I think. The first event was in Kharkiv in Ukraine back in 2017, which was quite an amazing event, physical back in those days. Since then, we repeated it in Tallinn in 2018 with a number of lead-up events across the Baltics. Then Tartu down in the south of Estonia in 2019, virtual 2020. And here we are in 2022 with this additional flavor of building on top of existing open source software that's provided to you. So that's a little bit about where we've been in the past. As Johan said, there are some very cool prizes here, and I'm sure you're not here for the prizes, but just in case. So up to there's a €5,000 prize fund for the top project or projects coming out of the 48 hours. As Johan said, 2 months, there's legal counsel from Naltadutil as per Johan's introduction, and also 2 months mentorship from partner Vicomtech. So you'll find out more from these guys during the actual event as to the value they can provide you, but don't underestimate those. Getting that those insights and the very specialist knowledge that you need to, when using open source software and so forth, to take it to the actual market is invaluable. A little bit about our mentors. Actually, can we see the mentors on the screen at all? At least to give them a chance to wave as we call them out. Not sure if that's possible. Oh, yep, here we are, fantastic. Murali, are you there? Because you're an old salt when it comes to the cyber hackathons. Ooh, Murali doesn't look like she's with us right now. That's okay. Andres, are you there? Andres Padar. Different Andres. So Andrus Padar this time, who was there way back when in Kharkiv as well, I remember. Okay, Maido, I think I can see you there, man. Hello. So we're just doing a quick wave here. Jon, you've just met. Alexandra, are you there? Yes, you are. Thank you very much. Steve, are you around? Steve Clement. Hard for me to see on this small screen here. There are small screens, but I'm not seeing anybody waving, so I'm guessing not yet. Victor. Victor, are you with us? Again, not seeing any waving. I'm sure he's joining us. Martin. No, not getting a great hit rate here, sorry guys. But I do know that Andres is here. Would you like to wave again, mate? Great to see you there. Okay, on to some practicalities. Can we get the deck back on the screen, please? Oh, there we are. Thank you very much. So guys, if you're not already, please do join the Slack, Sparta Cybertech. All of the communications, all of the organization is going to happen through this Slack workspace. So do get into Slack. It's also where you get to meet and talk with other teams, other team members in there. On social media, do push out content. Add Sparta Cybertech hashtag to any posts you put out. They'll be picked up by the team here and amplified for you. And do tag, use that hashtag and then tag Garage48. That way they know to amplify it with you. And this is what we're going to do. So guess what? We're doing the opening right now. I'll go into, well, actually, let me jump into this now. So we're going to do a series of checkpoints over the next couple of days just to make sure that we stay in touch with you and supporting you, as well as the mentoring, which is pretty much on demand most of the way around. On Sunday evening is when you get to present what you've actually built across the weekend. And do emphasize on the built part. We do want you to build working prototypes based on or including in key areas the open source software delivered by the Sparta project. So that'll be Sunday evening. All the times here are in, well, I'd say universal time, but that'll confuse you. It's actually in Central European time, Central Eastern European time. GMT +2, UTC +2. So synchronize your clocks with that, because all of the times are built according to that. So right now, just for those who aren't sure, it is 20 minutes past or 21 minutes past 5 here in Estonia. So that's the time we're going to. Just now, we're going to go and give you the opportunity to pitch your ideas, build team members, get some feedback from ourselves, and then you race off and get to work on your projects. This evening, focus very heavily on, and I've got the ideas here. Yeah, so this evening, make sure you've got your team finalized. There's not a lot of time, so make sure you get your team finalized. Identify the goal, your goal for the hackathon. What's the prototype you're going to build? What are you going to prove and show on Sunday evening, Sunday afternoon? Work out the priorities, because there's a strong chance you're not going to get it all done in that time. So work out your priorities and then work out who in your team is doing what. If you can get that done this evening, they're in a good place to really race off. Tomorrow, we'll do our first checkpoint at 10 o'clock, again, Eastern European time. So that's UTC +2. the mentors will ask you to present basically those things. Who's your team? What are you building? Who's doing what? And what's the progress you've made along the way? So progress, plans, problems. Off the back of that, we'll work out what sort of support you need. If you don't come and ask us on demand, of course. Do call us for support at any point you need it, right? But otherwise, we'll come to you if we think that there's something missing. Mentoring will continue throughout the day. Then, already at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, we'll start talking about how to do your pitch and how to demo. And this will seem like really early to bring into the program, but actually from tomorrow evening, you're probably going to lose at least one of your team members, because that team member is going to be preparing for the pitch and the presentation to show off what you're building. Okay, yeah. Third checkpoint tomorrow afternoon, see how you're going. By this point, you should be all ready to show your prototype. Okay, it'll be rough. There'll be lots of things you want to polish and fix, but your core prototype should be ready by tomorrow evening already. Then Sunday morning, final finishing touches and the checkpoint there. We'll do pitch drills. Then we'll get into the finals, and of course, there are going to be some massive winners off the back of it. Some tips. 48 hours is a challenge. So do think very clearly about what you're going to deliver in this time and what the priorities are there. Don't overplan it, don't overthink it, because obviously once you've got a plan, it's all going to get thrown out anyway. But at least have some goals in mind and how you're going to do it. Do use the mentors. The mentors are here on demand. Jump into Slack, call for support there at any point. Also, the mentors will share have shared their Calendly links, so you can book video calls with them. Do use that. We'll hunt you down anyway, but do use the mentors as much as you can during this time. And then at the final itself, show only your prototype. We'll go through this in the presentation workshop tomorrow, but we want to see a working prototype, not a slide deck, okay? Super. So, I've talked enough. It's your turn. So what we're going to do now is ask each of the teams who have put up an idea to actually present their idea to everybody. Answer these questions. So, who are you? What's the problem you're solving? Who has the problem? What's your possible solution, and what's the prototype going to look like at the end of the weekend? What's the open source software you're using from the Sparta portfolio or kit there? And who do you have in your team, and who do you need in your team? And you've got a massive 90 seconds to get that in. So really just bullet point the answers here. After we've gone through I think we've got 8 teams that have already submitted their ideas. If anybody gets inspired with new ideas that they want to pitch and build a team around, ping us in Slack and we'll get you in to pitch your idea as well, yeah? Okay, let's do that then, shall we? Let me call out the teams one by one. I've got them here somewhere. Alrighty. Let's start with Team Secured Pi. Reem, are you here?
Yeah, hello.
Oh, hey.
My
Good to
name
hear you.
is
Good to
Reem
see you
Bayoumi.
again.
Hi.
Oh, sorry. Take it away. You know exactly what to do here. Go for it.
My name is Reem Bayoumi. I have 14 years as a DevOps and cybersecurity specialist. Current problem that smart home device by default unsecure. So I'm gonna use a Raspberry Pi3 as a secure communication device between smart home device and endpoint, which is gonna be Google Cloud at the moment. I have Android developer and business and marketing specialist and UI UX, looking for someone who can build the website. So basically HTML, CSS at the moment. Thanks.
Cool. Thank you very much. And so the website's just going to be a user interface for the solution, is it?
Yeah, exactly. Just user interface for solution. So,
Got it. Fantastic. Thank you. And what's the Sparta tool or software that you're going to use? The open source software.
yeah, I'm going to use CSNet and
CSNet. Okay.
Smile. Yeah, and Smile Me MISP. And the Android developer Sami will using BuildWatch UBO.
Fantastic. That's great to hear. Thanks a lot, Rim. So if anybody out there is an HTML developer who wants to put up the site, please contact Rim and team in Slack. Okay, team number 2, AutoSec. Are you with us?
Oh, so my name is Janis Kolosovskis. I am the submitter of the idea for AutoSec. I'm a cybersecurity engineer working in the automotive industry for the past 3 years. And the idea I have is coming from a practical problem I've seen during my line of work, where certain modules on autonomous vehicles generate data at such amazing data rates. So we're talking 450 megabits per second, that in most cases we'd want to secure this data, but we don't have practical tools that would be able to run industry standard algorithms to protect these data streams. So the idea is to create a tool that's able to secure data at these very high rates, that doesn't require expensive purpose-built hardware, and works for real-time applications where data is effectively useless if it reaches you with about 50 millisecond delay. So the idea for this particular event will be to come up with this very, very simple but fast algorithm and prove it out using some sort of demo setup, presumably implementing this algorithm on communication between 2 virtual machines. And I will need to look through the Sparta tools list if there's anything that suits the use case that I'm trying to build. I'm able to fulfill any role in this project. However, I would like to get some more help with the programming part or the testing and trial part. I've already got a business manager, and I might actually need help with someone pitching the idea at the end, because I'll not be able to attend the end of the hackathon.
Okay, maybe
No
your
problem.
business manager can do
Janis,
that.
you are with me. Janis, you are with me. I work
Yes.
in Lidar and I know very well this market. Don't worry about that.
Fantastic. Thank you, Daniel.
So is Daniel your second team member? Because I think you mentioned you had 2 people in the team at the moment.
Yes. I
Yes.
choose Lidar because we already use this one, and I use it for mapping road in the past years using Lidar systems, very important Lidar. And now Lidar camera is used also for security reasons. But
Okay,
we'll discuss later about it.
Okay, so but you would appreciate some more developers in the team, was that right?
That is right. That would speed up the prototype creation and would allow me to have more proof that our concept works.
Okay, fantastic. So anybody out there, reach out to Janis and or AutoSec in Slack. Actually, sorry, Janis, one last question. You said you haven't gone through the toolkit yet, yeah? The open source toolkit yet to work out what you're going to use there?
Unfortunately, no.
Okay, cool. Do reach out again in Slack to the Sparta mentors to see if they've got some ideas for you as well, yeah? Cool,
Okay.
thank you very much. Looking forward to this one. Number 3, Secure Cycle. Are you with us? Secure Cycle. No, we can come back. Trust Hub.
Hi, hello. I'm Simon from Trust Hub. Hi.
Hey, Simon.
The problem we are trying to solve is that IoT networks are more and more dynamic, and they're changing. There is a problem with securely provision and maintain devices through the network, and possible solution may be to give identity to the IoT devices to have a better control of them. So let's say apply some policies that will be interpreted by the agent on the device side, and let's say change some firewall options or cron some scanning. And here we go to the open source software that we will use. We will try to integrate our app with MISP and treat it as a malware database to compare malware hashes from MISP to files on our IoT devices in our network. We already have the backend developer and front-end developer and me, who is also have technical background. So we are working on the prototype, and we appreciate if somebody with business or marketing background will join our team.
Got it. Do you have an idea who the target market customers could be, just to give some idea what sort of business person you're looking for?
So for example, let's say mesh of IoT devices in industrial IoT, some car fleets, or swarms of drones. So it's basically companies that are using huge dynamic networks of IoT devices.
Got it. Cool. Thank you very much. I think you've nailed everything there. So again, looking for a business person to join Trust Hub. Again, reach out in Slack. Polaris, are you with us?
We are, yes.
Oh, hello. Welcome. Tell us what you're doing.
Hi. Sorry about the extra echoing space here, but anyway.
It's okay.
So we are a team of 3 software developers, one front-end, one back-end, and one Android. And the problem that we and many others see is that the amount of misleading information and disinformation campaigns and the speed at which it spreads is constantly increasing. So the ability of any individual to comprehend what's actually going on is and harder each day. And one possible solution to this huge problem that we are actually able to build as well is a system that would combine different fact-checking and cyber analysis sources like snopes.com, DFR labs, Disinfo lab, and so on, and to combine the data in a simple browser extension.
Very cool.
And the extension would be able to warn users if the web page they are on is potentially malicious, contains misleading data, or is known to be an unreliable source. And it would also notify the user of any keywords listed on the page, whether they are related to a disinformation campaign going on at that moment. Yes, and a couple of other things too that we may or may not be able to build.
Well, let's focus on this one for now. So you've got 3 tech people in the team, or three engineers in the team, right?
Yes.
Do you have anybody who could think about the business side or the UX side of things?
Not really, but we're not 100% sure if we need one, but we would love to talk to some people. So.
I think if anybody out there is interested, then this is a big challenge, because over the years we've seen a number of teams try to do what you're talking about, and there are enough technical challenges and challenges to actually identifying what is or isn't or might not be a disinformation campaign before you even start talking about the people who and how they would use it. So if there's somebody out there who on the call now, or who you know somebody who might be interested in playing with this and getting it actually into use. So one thing is building it, the other thing is getting it into use. Getting into use is really hard to do. Actually, you're in Estonia, aren't you?
Yeah, yes.
Yes. So do you know the team Sentinel or company Sentinel?
Nope.
Okay. They've been around for 2-3 years, or no, even longer, here in Estonia. They, at different times, have tried to work on this exact problem. So it might be worth us connecting you with those guys. In fact, I think they were a partner in one of the previous programs here. So we'll try and connect you with them over the weekend. You're using or looking to use the MISP software, right? Or solution?
That's right. Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, Larry, thank you very much, and good luck over the weekend.
Thanks.
Fuzzy Bird. Is Fuzzy Bird with us? Hey, I think you're on mute.
I'm
no, you're not.
No, I'm not.
Nope.
Can you hear me?
Can hear. Can do.
Hello, I'm Sergey, team lead of Fuzzy Bird. Glad to be here and give you an insight on things we worry about. So long story short, during COVID, e-commerce and the number of digital payments keep growing and growing and growing. And now as a result, cyber criminals are using more sophisticated and advanced methods to scam companies and consumers. So there are our loved ones among them, and we're greatly concerned about security of their money and data. So data theft can cause severe financial damage, both to stores and customers. Our aim is to develop a browser extension that will secure your data with an iron fence surrounding free sites. It's zero-day attacks, phishing, and one of the most advanced attacks today, MageCard. So MageCard attacks use the client-side browser to access information entered by online customers. These attacks target and collect sensitive user data like emails, sign-up information, and credit card numbers by injected malicious JavaScript code. Unfortunately, it may remain unnoticed for a long period, on average about 5 months. One classic MageCard attack can be performed almost in real time, and only 1 kilobyte of encrypted information is required to be transmitted for a successful data set. Victims have no way of knowing that they are being subjected to an attack. In the weekend, we plan to make an MVP of the extension, browser extension, that will analyze the data streams real time on the client side and block malicious activity based on behavioral analysis. We will use Smile MISP open source software for that. Thank you.
Super. Thank you very much. Do you need anybody in your team? Because I see you've got a team of 4 people already.
Yeah, we got 4 people, so we're all set for an MVP. We got front-end, back-end, UI, UX, but we will gladly welcome some business or marketer person in our team.
Perfect line there. Every team can always welcome some business or marketing in there. Because there's, Bertrand was saying earlier on, what we need to do here is build solutions that can actually be taken to market and actually have some sort of impact out there, right? So fantastic. Right. So anybody, business, marketing, who wants to talk about securing transactions, please reach out to Fuzzy Bird in Slack, yeah?
Thank you.
Super. Thank you very much, Anne. Okay, where are we up to? Exoswarm. Exoswarm, are you with us?
Yes, we are with you. Thank you, Garage48, for doing this hackathon this weekend. I am Sigrid from Exoswarm. And over this weekend, we are creating guidelines and descriptions for autonomous modular systems. The solution's aim would be to prevent tampering and intervening with autonomous systems on the field. For example, if you have a group of robots or a swarm of them that needs to communicate with each other where there is no internet connection, or there is a threat of someone might be able to intervene with the systems. For example, if you have a mushroom picking robot swarm somewhere in the forest, Or even if you use something for a military defense, then you of course don't want somebody to be tampering with them, and you want them to work securely, even if the conditions are a bit harsh. So therefore, we aim to create the demo for a system that can prevent it. And our goal is to keep these systems working autonomously despite the possible threats or harsh conditions. The solution itself can be applied in various fields, starting, for example, from agronomics and military and defense. So our target market would definitely be on the meshnet and fully autonomous, self-sufficient systems wherever they're needed. The OSS that we aim to use during this weekend is MISP to monitor the movement of the robots. And also now the fun part is that we already have 3 people in our team. We have marketing, we have business, we have the turtleneck who is the owner of this idea, but we also need somebody who has a background in cybersec policy, and also we can also use some hand of the developers so that we can definitely have a working demo or somewhat working demo ready by the end of this weekend. So if you want to help us create autonomous modular systems, make them communicate with each other successfully, so join Exoswarm.
Thank you very much, Sigrid. So just to be clear, we definitely want to see a working prototype by the end of the weekend. So we definitely need to build something that actually proves it works, right? But what are you talking about? Are we talking a software solution? Are we talking hardware, a mix of both?
I think that during this weekend, mostly it's going to be to monitor the movement of the robot. So it's going to be like a software.
Okay.
Most the software part, because we have to consider that during 48 hours. And if we have to do something, then we are on a time restraints.
Absolutely. So that makes sense. And do you have any idea at the moment, or do you care about the software platform, the particular tools, other than the fact that you're using Smile MISP? Do you care about the languages, this sort of stuff?
We will do a Slack message to the general channel, what we need precisely.
That's a great idea. Cool. Thank you very much. Looking forward to it. Okay. Next is No Hats Matter. No Hats Matter. Andre, are you with us? No Hats Matter. Going once, going twice. No, hopefully joining us shortly then. Okay, then Co-Order 8. Co-Order 8, are you with us?
Yes.
No, that's Sigrid.
So,
oh, hello.
It's me, it's Andre. Hi. But I'm already lucky that somebody can read it. I was not sure if anyone could read the name because it was continuous. So, okay. Yeah, first of all, so I'm a German in Latvia, and I've recognized in the last 6 to 9 months a lot of cases where actually through internet applications have been a huge amount of opportunities to attack even public networks. And therefore I was turning also to the local authorities like the Latvian CERT. And what I've recognized, and it feels like not only a situation in Latvia, but also maybe somewhere else, there seems to be a lack of coordination or fast response opportunities between different stakeholders, especially if they're not from one, let's say, institution. And what we are thinking about, or what was triggering us, is on one side, okay, there's this question about detecting vulnerabilities, so risks. The other is like to coordinate the communication between different stakeholders, and the third is to eliminate the risk. How this could look like, no ideas yet, because it's really for the hackathon, a hackathon idea. But reviewing the software, most likely we will review or stick to this SAP Eclipse study or to Smile MISP to see how we can monitor automatically maybe applications in the web or websites and trigger from this source administration processes, I would say. And we are looking for people with development skills mostly, especially for the cybersec part. And yeah, let's see how to make communication faster, to solve or to eliminate risk faster. Yeah, that's my thing.
Super, thanks, man. Can you just remind me which team you, or which idea were you pitching here?
The Co-Order 8.
It was Co-Order 8. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Similar names there was the previous one.
Yeah, Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it got me a bit confused there. Okay, fantastic. So basically, it's just you at the moment, is it? And you need a team to actually.
No, actually, we are already 2 people. Like one guy is a system architect. He will join in when he's ready with his family, and we have a lady who's supporting us with let's say business sourcing or business intelligence stuff. And so that's why we are more looking for some technical guys, but also UI UX people are there, or people who would like to exchange on the security topic to identify, okay, how can we create more awareness and more speed in this field?
Actually, can you just, maybe it's just me, but can you help me? Can you talk through a use case, like a situation in which this would be used?
Yeah, for example, we have identified like 4 weeks ago a case where a public institution has been using a third-party web page for promoting an event, and this page was absolutely hacked, and they didn't recognize it. And our assumption is that due to this WordPress instance, it was even possible to do some, for example, cross-scripting or something over years. So nobody actually knows what might have been captured in terms of data or information through this website, especially as there were also people attending, but it's part of the public infrastructure. So needs to be more responsibility and awareness for this, that maybe not even the internal systems are the one which are at risk, but maybe you're using at some point external services which are even very close connected to your daily work, where actually attacks could come through. And that's something which we would like to structure and simply to improve the awareness of this, that if there is something that, hey, yes, report it, close it, and you're safer. Yeah.
Okay. So is it something to do with being able to trace or respond and be aware and respond to supply chain attacks? Would that be in the same zone? Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Cool. Okay. Thank you very much. So anybody so we're talking basically developers, UX, UI. You said you've got somebody on the business intelligence side. What about the actual business side and marketing side of things?
Yeah, let's say that's maybe my strengths. Okay. We have to figure it out, because unfortunately I have to admit that, as I said, we were also in contact with a lot of those public authorities, also some private companies. We have recognized that there's, due to the lacking awareness, also even not the awareness for that, what it means in money potentially to them. Yeah. And from our perspective, it's like, it looks ridiculous, maybe the case itself, but if you really watch inside and get some ideas what you could do, to attack, then this is one like, okay, you don't see that there's a back garden door open since years, and you don't know what happened there. And how to monetize it, let's see.
That's fine. We can discuss this, and there are other business mentors on this. I actually tried to launch a startup a number of years ago that was a different model, but selling to the same people, and awareness was one of the biggest things that they needed. And it's a hard sell, that's for sure. But hopefully it's a little material these days. Fantastic. Okay, Andre, thank you very much, man. Let me just go back, and anybody who's actually been inspired and developed new ideas, can you just put your hands up in Slack? Or just put your name out in Slack in the general channel. Or, no, you're not allowed to use the general channel. Which channel should they use to talk to us? Matchmaking, perhaps? I've got an absolute echo chamber in here. Also, I'm getting some heavy nods on the screen there. Okay, so if you want to join any teams, if you've got questions for the other teams, please ping in the matchmaking channel. Also, if you've got an idea that you want to share here now to build a team, just ping us in the matchmaking channel now and I'll call you out. But while you're doing that, Secure Cycle, have you turned up? Secure Cycle, no. And no hats matter. Are you with us? Nope. We do have somebody typing in Slack, but this is an organizer. Not anymore. Okay, cool. I'm going to wrap up here just now, but while I'm doing that again, chance isn't gone. If somebody's got an idea they want to quickly ping out, we get lots of last minute ideas, so don't be shy to put your hands up now at this point. Okay, can we get the slide deck back up, please? Oh, that's it. So it's the best of luck from us. The mentors, as I said, do scream if there's anything we can do to help you. If you just want to bounce ideas around or you've got specific problems you want to talk about, do scream in the Slack channels. Find us there. Schedule sessions with us via the Calendly links so you can actually talk with us. And generally have a blast this weekend. So I feel like I should do an auction here to give people last minute to scream out to get their moment of fame on the screen here. But no need to. If you're shy, hit us up in Slack and we will... Okay, yeah, sorry. There's a very clear message to push you into the matchmaking channel. And ideally, as I said, just because you haven't got a lot of time, do try to finalize your teams and finalize what you're working on this evening. But let's set a deadline. So tomorrow morning we have the checkpoint at 10 a.m. Eastern European time, so UTC +2. 10 a.m. Eastern European time, we'll do the checkpoint, and by then you should have finalized your team and be able to tell us exactly what you're going to try to solve over the weekend and how you're going to do it. Any questions? Any final requests? Can we perhaps get the screen and see if people want to show their hands just now and ask any questions that might be relevant to everybody? See, this is why I love working on the cyber programs. Everybody's so shy. Oh, why do we need to talk? Let's go code.
I have a question.
Oh, please.
So the goal from this event to use the open source software to be sure that my prototype is very secure, or what is like what should be like in demo, like to show that my prototype is secure, or just show the prototype, because prototype already exists. So
so the purpose of this event, this hackathon, is for you to be able to show how this open source software that's been developed by the Sparta project can actually be used and taken to market. So that's the reason for it. If you want to find out the particular value of the different elements in there, the different code in there, then ping out in Slack for that one. But that's the purpose of the event. This one is to turn those quality open source tools into, or include them in products that go to market. I think as Bertrand said at the start, right? This is all about moving beyond having the geeky fun of actually solving the problems together and actually taking them to market where they can have some genuine impact out there and secure the environment for us. Any more questions, guys? Or should we just wrap up and let you get on with building your teams and getting to work? Yep, lots of nodding on that one, so I guess let's get on with it. Thank you very much. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you in Slack, and then calls and 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Don't miss it. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. See you.